Hey, hi, hello, this is dis.cat and welcome to chaos. If you're here, hopefully that means that my first and last video didn't scare you away. Woohoo! Or that you randomly stumbled upon this, in which case I'm incredibly sorry. But for those of you who were here for the last video and are wondering, was it a success? I have the answer. Yes, it was, and I was completely and utterly surprised and just so happy. In response to my video, I got 2 whole followers to talk to me. 2? Like 2. Dose? Yes, and I know that to some of you that may not seem like a lot, but to me that is epic, that is amazing. I totally wasn't suspecting anything, and then just poof, 2 whole new people to talk to. Win! So I'm super excited about that, and I super want to give so many thanks to those people who stepped up and took pity on me and actually decided to talk to me. I thank you, and I love you. Those 2 brave souls were Ninja and Bebop Beats. And the links to their Tumblrs can be found in my description box. Also, for those of you who are wondering about the favorite people I follow on Tumblr that I mentioned in my last video, the links to their Tumblrs are now also in the description box. I'd also like to mention that I actually found a new Tumblr follower in my first class of the semester. Her name is Fireflies and Snowflakes, and she is super cool and super nice and super funny and super pretty, and I want to steal her dress. And also you can find the link to her Tumblr in the description box. You know, dis.cat, there's something different about you. Really? What? I don't know, it's something about your facial area thingy. Yeah, it's probably these things. Yes, I got a haircut. So if you see me fiddling with them, just bear with me. I'm not quite used to them yet. So if you were here for my last video, you heard me say this. Favorite books? Don't ask that question, I'm making a special video about that you will see later. I'm a girl who likes to keep her word, so here is that mentioned video. It's no secret to anyone that I have a, what you would call, slight obsession with books. By slight obsession, do you mean you have 3 bookcases in your room, spend every penny you get on new books, and completely let them control every aspect of your life? Yes. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So obviously I had to give this topic its own video. So a quick breakdown of what's going to happen here is, first I'm going to tell you guys about a book that I am currently reading. Then I'm going to talk to you guys about my current favorite and most recommended books. I say current favorite because with all the books I read, I just fall in love with new ones so often that my favorites is constantly changing. The question, what is your favorite book, is literally the bane of my existence. Seriously, trying to pick favorite books for me is like trying to pick a favorite child. So let's get this thing rolling. First up, book I'm currently reading. Bam! This is Fated by S.G. Brown. I just started this about a week ago. Haven't got much into it yet because of school. I'm only on chapter 4, but so far it's pretty interesting. Basically, the premise is that fate and destiny and death and all of that jazz that we like to blame all of our lives' problems on, yeah, they're real people. Basically, fate's kind of gotten fed up with the bad rap that us humans give him. He's also kind of just made a big major no-no. He's fallen in love with a human woman. Yeah, no bueno. So basically it's the story of him dealing with what he views as the worst job in the universe and his issues with his human lady. Again, I haven't gotten that far into it, but so far it's managed to keep my interest, so I think I'm going to keep it around for a little while. Now comes the fun part. You guys get to watch me blather on about my current favorite books. Woohoo! So basically I'm going to introduce my favorite book, then you guys are going to watch me do really weird stuff while I read the basic description of the book from Goodreads. And then I'm going to tell you why this book is the greatest thing that has ever happened to me and why you should take my word for it and read it. Like now. With that being said, let's get this started with this guy. I Am the Messenger by Marcus Zusak. Ed Kennedy is an underage cab driver without much of a future. He's pathetic at playing cards, hopelessly in love with his best friend Audrey, and utterly devoted to his coffee-drinking dog, the doorman. His life is one of peaceful routine and incompetence until he inadvertently stops a bank robbery. That's when the first ace arrives in the mail. That's when Ed becomes the messenger. Chosen to care, he makes his way through town helping and hurting when necessary, until only one question remains. Who's behind Ed's mission? Alright, so all joking aside, this is the most amazing book I have read in my life at this moment. The plot is just so amazingly just infuriating with how little it tells you, and the characters are just so relatable, and the story is just heartfelt, and it makes you feel things. Just, this book was able to make dear sweet love to my brain, my heart, and my soul all at the same time. Seriously, Marcus Zusak is like a master of the written word, and just everything he does is simply phenomenal, and I adore him. And I am not alone in this endeavor. Just ask John Green. This book will make you feel things and see people and just completely change how you view how you see those people and how you feel about those people and what you're doing with your life. And it's just so amazing and just so worth the read. I cannot explain it to you enough. So I totally recommend that you literally stop whatever you're doing at this moment, get in your car, go get this book, and let it blow your mind. Next up is this guy, The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Despite the tumor-shrinking medical miracle that has bought her a few years, Hazel has never been anything but terminal, her final chapter inscribed upon diagnosis. But when a gorgeous plot twist named Augustus Waters suddenly appears at Cancer Kids support group, Hazel's story is about to be completely rewritten. Yes, so I'm sure that so many of you people are just so completely and utterly tired of seeing this book everywhere, but let's face it, it's popular for a reason. John Green is just an amazing author, and this is probably because John Green is an amazing person. He's not only famous for his books, but he's famous for his YouTube channel and for his blog here on Tumblr, which I will leave a link to in the description as well. He's known for his just overwhelming love of people and knowledge and just love in general, and he's just an amazing person, and that really does come out especially in this book. Yes, this book is sad and it's heartbreaking and it's depressing, yes, but it's so much more than that. It is so much more than just a cancer book. Because the thing about kids with cancer is, yes, they have cancer, but they're still kids. Having cancer doesn't stop you from being a kid and stop you from experiencing things that kids go through. And that was a point that I think John really wanted to express in this book. Again, it's just a book that makes you look at how you live your life, how you feel about the people that are in your life, and how you think about things, and just completely makes you reevaluate all of it. It makes you think new things, feel new things, and just, it really just transforms you, which is, I think, one of the key factors in what makes a great book a great book. So again, I urge you to stop what you're doing, get in your car, get this book, and let it blow your mind. And last but certainly not least, we have this guy, Going Bovine by Libba Bray. All 16-year-old Cameron wants is to get through high school, and life in general, with a minimum of effort. It's not a lot to ask. But that's before he's given some bad news. He's sick and he's going to die. Which totally sucks. Hope arrives in the winged form of Dulcie, a loopy punk angel / possible hallucination with a bad sugar habit. She tells Cam there is a cure, if he's willing to go in search of it. With the help of a death-obsessed video gaming dwarf and a yard gnome, Cam sets off on the mother of all road trips through a twisted America into the heart of what matters most. Right, so this is a book that kind of stalked me for a little bit. By stalking, I mean I saw it all over my recommendations on barnesandnoble.com, all over the place on my Goodreads, and then it popped up on Tumblr quite a bit. And it always just kind of, I don't know, threw me for a loop. It just never really clicked in my mind to read it for some reason. But finally, after seeing it so many places, and after a good friend of mine told me that she had read it and that it completely just blew her mind, I decided to give it a shot. Oh my god, this book. This book is like nothing you are expecting. Absolutely nothing. With a description like that, you're expecting just so much craziness and asinineness and just randomness. And yes, you do get all that, but you get so much more. Seriously, this book had me cracking up laughing, questioning all my values and everything that I've ever thought about in my life ever, and then hysterical sobbing. It's absolutely nothing at all like what I expected in the best possible way. There was crazy magic elements to it. There was nerdy, quirky elements to it. There was deep, dark, serious, existential crises. There was space travel in wormholes and near-death experiences at Walt Disney World. It was insane and just so heartfelt and so amazing and just, cannot recommend this book enough. This book, without a doubt, will change you. So for the last time, stop, car, book, mind. So there you go. Those are the 3 books that I recommend most to people. And of course, I don't just recommend these, but I recommend all of these authors' books. They're all equally amazing and deserve just as much respect as the books I just mentioned. Hopefully this gave you guys a little more insight to what really, really means the most to me, aka the answer is books, always books. And hopefully this has opened a whole brand new avenue for you guys to just attack me with all kinds of questions and opinions and everything that I love about discussing books ever. I hope to start doing weekly book reviews, not just on books that I'm currently reading, but books that I plan on reading in the future, more favorite books of mine because the list is endless. So if you guys have any books that you recommend I read, or if you would like me to recommend a book for you, leave me an ask, a message, or leave me something under my bed. Anecdotes! Dis.cat, do you have a Goodreads? Well, considering how I brought it up like 3 times in this video alone, yes, I do have a Goodreads. I am also currently the leader of a book group that I share with Teen Butt Lover and Yash That Black Guy. You guys can find the link from my Goodreads page and our book group down in the description. Thank you guys for coming back, and again, if there's anything you want to talk to me about, not just books, but anything at all, please, just talk to me. Please talk to me. I need your attention and love. You're all so lovely, and I love you. Okay, thanks. Bye.